Billy Mitchell has become one of the internet's favorite punching bags, as most people continue to cheer for his continued downfall and root for his unending failure. He finds new ways of embarrassing himself. Billy Mitchell's a name you've probably heard a couple of times. He's the self-proclaimed video game player of the century because of his high score in Donkey Kong, featured prominently in the King of Kong documentary as well as in movies like Pixel, or, most entertainingly, The Regular Show, where he was so upset with his portrayal in The Regular Show that he tried to sue them, and he got absolutely catastrophically cum dumpstered by the judge, who just did not take any of what he was saying seriously. And that's kind of Billy Mitchell's whole legacy now. He's no longer known for any of his achievements in gaming. He's known for these frivolous, pathetic lawsuits and temper tantrums he throws. Over the years, his achievements in gaming have been heavily scrutinized, and it is pretty much confirmed that he cheated on all of it. And over the years, he's made a habit out of suing anybody who even so much as mentions him in cheating in the same sentence. Meanwhile, for the last few years, I have directly called him a cheater, and I've received nothing. Billy, where is my present from Santa Claus? Where is your little fresh fucking pitiful lawsuit? I don't know why he refuses to engage in a legal battle with me when he is so happy to do it with everybody else. Carl has been documenting all of Billy Mitchell's legal struggles that he brings upon himself. So Billy Mitchell is engaged in lawsuits pretty much 24/7 and has been for years, but now he's in some very high profile ones where he is getting his ass cheeks held to the fire, and it's not looking good. It is extremely entertaining to watch all of the updates Carl provides on the Billy Mitchell case, so I highly recommend checking these out. But what I want to talk about today is how desperate he seems to be becoming because of probably the financial burden all of this is causing him. He has turned to making a cameo to try and get an influx of cash. And man, does his cameo fucking stink. You see Billy Mitchell made a cameo? Yeah. He's really getting desperate for a little lawsuit compensation, it seems. So you can get Billy Mitchell to say something for a cool $60, I think it was, right? Oh no, $5. Book a personal video for $48. Okay. So this is just like a text message that no shot he actually sends.
Mitchell, video game player of the century. I've met many of you at conventions, both national and international. Give the gift of gaming. Never surrender. Never.
What? That's not his slogan, right? I don't remember him ever saying that. Give the gift of gaming, never surrender. Surrender what? They're not coming to take our games, brother. Who are we surrendering to? The Chads? Like, I don't understand. What kind of war is he fighting? Must have to do with his court case. Oh, true. Never surrender in the face of overwhelming, insurmountable legal evidence against your case. Never give up. Keep pushing. I see. That makes sense. What the fuck could this video possibly be at 2 minutes and 30 seconds long? Is this the hard sell on why you should buy a cameo from Billy Mitchell?
Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century. And I can't believe I'm here.
Damn, he's energetic in this one.
And I have to explain to Jedi the problems we have with Neil. And I says, you want to know the last time something wasn't Neil's fault? He says, when? I go,
what is this?
I want to know the last time it wasn't his fault.
Is this like a monologue he wrote for his thespian troupe? I don't understand what the fuck I'm looking at. Or listening to, rather. And looking at, actually. I'm assuming he's trying to portray this as like a video message someone booked from him? But who the fuck would have him just read out Star Wars fanfic? Why would you have Billy Mitchell do that when you could actually just go to a real Star Wars cast member on Cameo?
Okay, we are here at the annual Arcade Olympics. This is Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century.
I actually thought there was going to be a video that goes by without him saying Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century. I thought for 1 second he wasn't going to mention that.
We're here.
That's probably the longest he's gone without mentioning it. 8 seconds.
Helmet.
They can even share the cameo? Doesn't that ruin it? It's no longer personalized.
Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century. Sir, you remember that. That was 24 years ago on stage in Japan. That you got a special message. You're a talented video game speedrunner.
Oh, speedrunner.
In my day, For the respect they show you and the way they've reached out, I'll be watching. Believe me.
Why are you taking so many fucking pauses?
But I'm always watching.
It's verbalizing comma splices, Billy, please. This is not dramatic, it's infuriating. That could have been a 35-second video. But he keeps fucking pausing. Like a malfunctioning text-to-speech. He's got an American axe behind him. That's actually so hard. What the fuck? What is that for? What does that have to do with Donkey Kong? He has 2 axes behind him.
Richard, Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century. Speaking to your good friend Joel, brought up a few questions. Can you put up a score?
Is that the Twin Towers on his tie? Oh my god, wait, where are we? In the American HQ? What is happening here?
You ever for today. Happy birthday, my friend. From Billy Mitchell at World Record Headquarters.
Oh, we're in World Record Headquarters. I see. That now it makes sense. Okay, I see. Well, he's looked pretty good. $60, huh? I'm glad everyone seems to be so happy. Nothing but 5 stars. Every single one of them, 5 stars, huh? Interesting. Very interesting. If you give him anything under a 5 stars, you're faced with a lawsuit at your door the next day. Why does he keep claiming to be the ultimate gamer ever? Brother, that's not what he's claiming. Are you not listening? He's the video game player of the century. Not the ultimate gamer. That's a totally different title, which you could have easily gotten if he wanted to. But he was too busy fucking your mom and every other goddamn groupie that was on his meat after he got the Donkey Kong record. So now he settles for just being the video game player of the century. And thank heavens for that, because if he went for the ultimate gamer too, there'd be no women left for the rest of us. So God bless that he held himself back. I'm surprised he stopped at the century. He gave himself the title. Yeah, he could have gone for video game player of the forever. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely other ways he could have done that. The eternal Lord Emperor of gaming. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why he stopped at century. Kind of lame, actually. Like you said, in 76 years, there's going to be a new video game player of the century that'll be crowned, and it won't be him. Well, it actually might be him. He'll be huffing his own fucking fart fumes to keep himself alive for the next 300 years. What advice would you give to a 19-year-old dude who wants to find love, but not with dating apps? I don't really have good advice for that, man. I think, first and foremost, you don't need to, like, live your whole life around that goal. You're still extremely young. You don't need to, like, rush it. You can just naturally find someone that you really connect with over time. You're 19. You don't need to fall in love right now and find your soulmate at 19. So I'd say just let things naturally play out organically. Just don't obsess over it. Let it play out, and when you're single and 36, you can accept you're a loser. Oh, that got way too personal. Hey, I'll tell you something really uplifting. Billy Mitchell, I think we can all agree that this man is legitimately he is L incarnate. Like, and I don't mean L from Death Note. I mean, like, legitimately just like a fucking turbo loser. He's married. A man has laid pipe. If Billy Mitchell can do it, you have no excuse. None. I think he's married. Hold on. Oh, or maybe no woman's worthy enough to lock him down like that. I'm really not sure. Yes, he is married. And he has 3 children, so if he can do it, anyone can do it. I wonder if anyone did a roast from Billy Mitchell. God, now I'm too fucking invested in this Billy Mitchell rabbit hole. So this one was apparently a huge hit with the entire team and got them to get the motivation for a project to go live, I guess. Inspire me.
Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century. We are here on the cusp of UHIT going live. That makes the on-base team the absolute best. From one champion who can easily recognize other champions, UHIT go live.
Alright, I see why that inspired the team so much. From one champion that can recognize other champions. He does have a keen eye for that. That team went right to their computers and fucking flames were coming off of the keyboard. They were going so crazy getting that project ready to go live. Now that Billy Mitchell Senpai acknowledged them. Please buy a cameo from Billy Mitchell for a friend's birthday. Like, conceptually as a joke, it's a silly haha idea, but I'm not spending $48 for Billy Mitchell to say, Billy Mitchell here, video game player of the century. I hear a special boy's got a special day coming up. I too had a special day. It was 1998. Donkey Kong. And in front of a sold-out Wembley Stadium. I set a world record. What are you doing to celebrate your day? From one champion who can recognize other champions, I hope you have a blessed day. Like, I don't need $48 fucking dollars for that. Don't fall for the Billy charm. It's hard not to sometimes, especially when he's giving you giving you the eyes like this. Yeah, I don't know how you say no to a face like that. But I'll try and stand strong. I'll do my best. Who would be your pick for the real video game player of the century and why? Like, if I had to pick an actual video game player of the century? Right away my head goes to two people in particular. Simple and Faker. I legitimately think both of those gamers have done so much to extend, like, professional gaming outside of just their zones. I think it'd have to be them, but I also want to go back even further because there's another name that I think really helped revolutionize the perception of professional gaming, and many of you might have forgot him, unfortunately. His name's Walshy. Walshy released a Halo 2 montage long time ago. This is the original upload too, I think, for YouTube, but I think it predated that. Walshy was a professional Halo 2 player who was doing shit no one had ever seen before. And when MLG was still around, Walshy became somewhat of a household name amongst gamers, and I think he really helped elevate professional gaming, at least in the way people look at it. His accomplishments aren't nearly as impressive as like Faker or Simple, but he was like an early adopter, like a pioneer. What about the Ogre Twins? They did a lot for pro gaming, if not more than Walshy. I wouldn't say they did more than Walshy. I'd say they were more successful than Walshy. But I just really think Walshy kickstarted that whole drive to be a professional gamer. Walshy was there so early, posting montages, content, like really elevating the scene.